Hello, class. The lesson I chose is one that I think is especially important because it addresses an issue that has become increasingly common in today's society. Um, Many people, including children, spend more time focused on their devices, um, their tablets, rather than experiences and people around them. This lesson is designed for kindergarten students, and I believe it's never too early to begin teaching healthy technology habits. Um, at this age, children start learning when it's appropriate to put technology aside and engage with the world around them. That they need to show respect by being present with family, friends, teachers, classmates, um, developing these habits early can help them build stronger social skills and create a healthier relationship with technology. Before we begin, I'd like to go over what the students will learn from this lesson. And by the end of the activity, the students will understand what it means to pause for people when someone is speaking, why giving others their full attention is important. They will learn that active listening is a way to show respect, kindness, to have good manners. Um, Students will also practice recognizing these situations and when they should put technology aside, um, like when a parent, teacher, or friend is talking to them. And finally, they'll learn simple active listening skills like looking at the speaker, keeping their body still, listening carefully. These skills will help them better follow directions, communicate respectfully, and build positive relationships with the people around them. Among the most vital skills that should be taught to the kids from a young age is active listening. Whenever we look away from our gadgets and pay undivided attention to people, we demonstrate that we value them. This can be anyone from our parents, grandparents, teachers, and friends. The process of making eye contact and listening to someone whenever they talk shows us that their words are valuable to us. Active listening also helps us become better educated because whenever we listen carefully, we're more likely to get directions and comprehend various concepts, helping us become more successful, not only in school, but also in life. And last but not least, being present plays a role in developing friendships. Our friends enjoy our company whenever we communicate and play with them without the use of our devices. Um, and so now I would like to move on to active listening identification practices. And while we observe these pictures, I would say to the kindergarten class, are these kids actively listening? And ask them to explain their answer. The question will motivate them to analyze the situation rather than simply have me tell them the answer. In all these examples, the children don't seem to be listening to what's going on. They're busy playing with their cell phones or some other gadgets. They can miss necessary instructions given by their teacher, skip a discussion with their friends, or even ignore someone who's trying to speak to them. This exercise teaches children what active listening looks like, being actively engaged in listening. It doesn't only mean being silent, but getting rid of all distractions, making eye contact, paying attention, showing respect to the person speaking to you. Now we'll examine these examples. And I would pose a similar question to my students. Do you think these children are actively listening? And why? The answer is definitely yes in this case, because as you can see, the students pay attention to their teacher, take part in class discussions, raise their hands, interact, ask questions. And even if the students do work with some kind of technology, they don't treat it as a source of distraction. It's a very important difference for the children to notice. Technology itself isn't bad, it's rather how it's used. When it helps us in the learning process, then it's definitely beneficial. Otherwise, it can distract us from active participation. This task helps kindergarten students distinguish proper and improper behavior with relation to the use of technology in class. It makes them realize that active listening means being attentive and respectful to teachers and classmates. And finally, summing things up that we have discussed in class today, I would like to end my discussion by watching a brief video, and it's titled Why We Pause for People by Common Sense Education. This video is specifically made for young children, and it perfectly explains why it's essential to put away your distractions when someone is talking to you. It teaches children how to listen attentively and treat others with respect. While watching the video, I will try to have them remember the key points we covered in class.